If I say, if I tell you, Iyad, Zakaria is giving you a gift. Zakaria, stand up. Stand up, Zakaria. See this young boy? I love him so much. You know why? Because he comes to Fajr every day. Sit down, Zakaria. You're never going to forget this all your life. Save this video. So if I tell you, Iyad, Zakaria is giving you a gift, you would think he's going to give you something $10. If I say Nasr is giving you a gift, you say maybe it's $100, $200. If I say Iqbal is giving you a gift, maybe it's $1,000. But if I say the king is giving you a gift, it becomes, more expectation. How about if the King of Kings hid the gift? So you pray Qiyam, I have something hidden for you. I have something hidden for you. لا تعلم. When Allah said لا تعلم, it means لا تعلم. Allah said you do not know. That means you will never know what I hid for you. Like Rasulullah ﷺ said, the things in Jannah are only similar to the things in dunya by names. That's names. So like I was telling the children today in the Hafz school, when Rasulullah ﷺ said the houses or the mansions in Jannah are one brick of gold and one brick of silver. So the minute I say the word brick, Ahmed, what came to your mind? A rectangular piece? That's not it. That's not it. This is the brick of dunya. How is the brick of the akhirah looks like? No one knows. لا عين رأت ولا أذن سمعت ولا خطر على قلب بشر. Rasulullah ﷺ said that Allah said, I have prepared for my righteous ibad what no eye has ever seen, what no ear has ever heard, and no brain ever perceived. He cannot. Yani Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, what he kept on saying, مثل الجنة التي وعد المتقون. مثل الجنة. The example of you're not going to understand when I say what's in the Jannah. So I'm going to give you an example. مثل الجنة التي وعد المتقون. فيها أنهار من ماء غير آسن وأنهار من لبن لم يتغير طعمه. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala start bringing it close to this brain. In it there are 4 rivers. One river of water that does not get ruined. Another river of milk that does not expire. Another river of wine that does not give you a hangover. Another river of honey that is pure. Right? So, مثل الجنة. Let me ask you this question. Raise your hand. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed, and I beg Allah in this blessed night of Jumu'ah to make us all from the people of Firdaus al-A'la. If Allah decreed that you are from the people of Jannah, what would you ask Allah for? Raise your hand. Khalid. Stand up, Ya Khalid. Stand up, Ya Habibi. So Khalid, repeat your answer. Sit down, Ya Khalid. Sit down, Ya Habibi. Allahu Akbar. That's a boy who grew up in a righteous home. Nobody at 10 years old will answer this question. When I ask the question to 9, 10 years old, I want to be Spider-Man. I want to be Superman. Aftab. Aftab wants to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us all from the people who see Him. Allahumma la tahrimna ladhat al-nazar ila wajhika al-karim. What else? Anybody? Let me tell you, one of the most creative answers I've ever heard from a 10-year-old about or answering this question. When I asked this question, a young boy, he raised his hand. His name was, I still remember his name was Junaid. I said, Junaid, what do you want? He said, I'm going to ask Allah for a theater size screen, huge screen. And I'm going to ask him, I would like to watch the Battle of Badr life. Wallahi, it will never cross my mind, not only think about it, cross my mind to watch the Battle of Badr live. Where did you get this stuff from? Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. You know, subhanAllah, by the way, he gave me an idea. I'm going to ask for that, by the way, if Allah made me from the people of Jannah. So, whatever you dream about, whatever you think about, like one young boy, 12 years old, he said, I want to have my house under the ocean. And my helicopter is flying under the ocean. This guy is a scuba diver. So after he finished, I told him, listen, this is not it. You know why? Because he was able to imagine it. If you're able to imagine it, that's not it. If you're able to imagine it, that's not it. So, فلا تعلم نفس ما أخفي لهم من قرة أعين جزاء بما كانوا يعملون. يا أخوان, remember the hadith of the 3 men in the cave? Everybody knows the hadith. 3 men were stuck in the cave, and they would ask each other, make a dua with the best thing, the most sincere thing you've ever done for this rock to move from the exit so they can leave. And the first one made a dua, it moved a little bit. The second one made a dua, it moved a little bit more. And then the third one made a dua, and it was completely out, and they were able to exit. And every single one of them made dua with the most sincere ibadah that no one knows about. No one. If you look at all 3 of them, the ibadah that they did, no one knows about. Now the question is, I have a lecture online, it's called, What If I Was the 4th Guy? What if I was the 4th guy? And what if I was with them in the cave? Would they be still stuck there because I do not have a secret amal? So the question is, between you and yourself, wallahi please, because we're talking about hidden stuff, do you have an amal that no one knows except Allah? No one, not your wife, not your husband, not your child, not your parents, no one knows except Allah. A 2 rak'ah in the middle of the night while nobody knows. An orphan back in India or in Sudan that I'm sponsoring, no one knows. I dug a well, no one knows. I memorized the Quran, no one knows. Wallahi, there's a brother who used to come in New York. He used to come only for like a week or 2 on a job, you know. And every time he comes, he used to lead us. And every time I ask him, are you Hafiz? So Allah ma tayassara min al-Quran. I memorized, because one day he reads Ma'idah, one day he reads An'am, one day he reads, everywhere. So are you Hafiz? He said, ma tayassara min al-Quran. I memorized whatever I can from the Quran. Is that a Hafiz? Subhanallah, he wants to hide his Hafiz. Now, how many of us go to Umrah and everyone on earth knows that they went to Umrah?